Alright, what's going on out there, folks? Rooster here in Tennessee. Going to take a look at the Galaxy DX959B. Now, I've already done a video on these with the basic tune, the performance video, showing you the features of it, the overview of it, going into kind of what you can expect when you buy one. We went a step further, and RC has done some custom work on these. With some modifications that are similar to that done to the 29. So widened out receive, audio mods on the transmit side, obviously the same peak power tune done to the standard 959, and then a Ranger echo board added to it in addition to a VFO windup. Now the VFO windup in these is kind of short. It's a quick windup. Just means that you shift on frequency a little quicker. We'll show that here in a second. But a handful of good mods done to it for people that like the widened out receive, where you can appreciate the high fidelity radios out there, and then the audio mods on the transmit to give it a little bit different sound. Obviously nothing wrong with the standard version. That's good for most people out there. Most people are good to go with the regular 959 that's been tuned up and peaked out and optimized, if you will. But some people will take it a step further and get something a little bit different. So we kind of did like a package deal to it. Obviously, if you went and paid for these mods individually from a different, from somebody else, you'd be paying considerably more than what the price markup is. I know some people are charging, $100+ to put these Ranger echo boards in. Some people are charging anywhere from $50 to $75 to do a VFO windup, and that's not even including the tune and the widened out receive and the widened transmit. So I feel like it's a fair price. Yes, it is a decent amount of money, but for what you're getting, I feel like it's a fair price, and I'll put a link to that listing here in the video. Well, that being said, let's get into it here. We'll show the output of it just like we did on the other one. We'll get into that towards the end of the video. First things first, you've got a flip switch in the back for the VFO windup. Now, notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to key it up without the windup on, and I'm going to show you guys. So watch the freak counter. Now I'm going to key it up with the windup on. So it's just a very fast windup. As you can see, it's off frequency for just a second. Boom, it's on frequency. Now you can hear that through our Grant over here. So it's a quick windup. It's not long and drawn out. And for a lot of people, they prefer that because guess what? If you're out there competing, talking skip, the longer that windup goes on, you're actually at a disadvantage. Yes, it sounds cool over the air. I run one myself. It sounds badass. But the longer that windup is keyed up, the longer you're off frequency by a small margin. And if you're out there competing against somebody, you guys are neck and neck. Guess what? If your opponent, if you will, is dead on frequency, they're going to win. If it's real close, you guys are within a half a S unit of each other, and you're off frequency for 5 seconds, 3 seconds, your opponent has got the upper hand for that amount of time. So the fast windup is a good option in my opinion. And also, what I'll tell you guys, I can't tell you how many radios I've sold with VFO windups. Customer gets them and they say the windup isn't working because they can't hear it through their talkback. Well, now that you have a free counter that shows you, there's no debating if the windup is working or not, because you can actually see it on your frequency counter. Okay, next it's got the Ranger echo board in it. The controls for it are also in the back. So all your factory controls are going to stay the same on the front. Something sometimes people gripe about on the 29s is not having their RF gain control, because generally we put the variable power on the RF gain. Well, guess what? With this 959B, everything remains the same on the front of the radio. The only thing that changes is in the back. You've got a dual echo control back here in the back. Now, if we can, we'll turn on a radio where you guys can hear it, maybe in the background. Maybe it won't squeal. Hello, audio check, 1, 1, 2. Audio check, 1, 2. Audio. It's going to feed back because these things got a ton of audio. Then we can turn the talk back up. Hello.
Hello.
Audio check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Audio, 1, 2. Audio check, 1, 2. Audio. So we've got the Echo set, you know, just barely cracked open, but the Ranger Echo boards are probably my favorite. I like the Palomar ones. I also like the LT2Ns. They're not bad, but the Ranger is probably the most popular. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are charging a lot of money for them. And when you guys see the price difference in the tuned and optimized 959 versus this fully loaded 959, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that we didn't take advantage and do some sort of gigantic markup on it. Just trying to give folks the best bang for buck. And like I said, the price difference is less than what some people are charging to put the Echo board in alone. So that being said, we'll just get into the power output of it, what you guys can expect out of one of these. Again, everything else is about the same. You know, it's hard to demonstrate the receive difference unless you have two of these sitting next to each other with that widened out receive. So it's hard to demonstrate that in a video, but it does make a difference. You'll know when you start hearing those high fidelity stations and you've got a good speaker hooked up, you will know the difference. So let's just show the output power of it here. We're testing at 14.8 volts, so keep that in mind. RF power is wide open. Average power first, middle scale. That's about a 6-watt dead key, and you should never need to do more than that, really. Hello, audio. Hello. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. A little bit over 10 average. We'll back it down halfway. Hello. Hello, audio. About 5, or dead key about 4 or 5 watts, swinging 10 average. All the way down. Hello. Hello. You know, the right voice tone, it'll do 11 or 12 average, but that's all the way from 0. So now I'm going to go to PEP. Hello, audio, 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 audio. A little bit over 30. And then we'll just turn it halfway up. Ooh, it should be about the same. Audio, 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 audio. About 33. So the average power on these is always going to be somewhere between 10 and 12 watts. The PEP can vary. You know, I've seen them do 30, seen them do 40, but generally somewhere between 30 and 40 watts PEP is what they're going to do on AM there. Now sideband, let's see, go back to peak. Hello, audio, 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 30. And then lower or upper sideband. Hello, 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 audio, 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 about 30 on each. So you can actually run one of these into a RM Italy 503 if you want to. You don't necessarily need the HD version for this radio. The regular 503 would handle it the way it's doing. Got a few of these ready. 959B, but we're calling these the fully loaded 959. They have, like I said, widened out receive, transmit, tune, peak, optimize, whatever you want to call it. Audio mods on the transmit side, give it a little bit different sound. Ranger Echo board in the back, and the VFO Windup. So you get all that in this package with this 959B. That's it, guys. Questions, comments, shoot me a text. 423-299-3535. This is the Galaxy DX959B, courtesy of RC. All right, guys, appreciate it. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. Catch you guys out there. See you, bye.